We didn't send enough DMs, didn't book enough meetings, have some churn, and boom, MRR is down instead of up. That's my responsibility now to make sure we stay on track, to make sure we get revenue up. Exciting, scary, fun, but nobody said it's gonna be easy, innit? And so how long have you been doing this for?
25 years. Every commission is a bit of a challenge, but it's very interesting because it makes me go far in my work.
Just you and your best friend. What's her name? Claudia. Is this what most of your day looks like these days?
Yeah.
You enjoying it?
Yeah.
Jam. What's good, boys? My friends, Monday coming to a close, fresh week. Another opportunity to get things done and enjoy the process. As per usual, still reviewing vlogs. Episode 101, which is the first episode of arriving here in Lisbon. So it's hilarious to see us from 2 months ago get fucking excited about spending the next 3 months in this villa. We also did a planning session with Victoria about the mastermind coming up. We got the full guest roster ready. Also reviewed a lead magnet, an amazing resource that breaks down the entire go-to-market playbook for people that want to generate revenue on LinkedIn, step-by-step process, the things that I do for myself and also the things that we do for our clients. If you want a TLDR, the playbook that I use to generate over 7 figures in revenue for my agency using just my personal brand on LinkedIn is first to define my ICP and not just writing down a couple of nice words, but actually creating a list through LinkedIn Sales Navigator that allows me to identify the people that I want to do business with. Number 2, revamp a LinkedIn profile, make sure that my LinkedIn profile fits my vibe and connects my personal story with the business case and a clear value proposition so that if a potential customer lands on my LinkedIn profile, they understand why I'm relevant for them and why they should reach out to me. Number 3, is then setting up my content engine, which is a combination of my content archetypes, so defining the different topics and pillars that I will post about. Then a process that allows me to create and produce content consistently, which in my case is a weekly content call with my content strategist. We talk 1 hour every week. And from that, we generate 6 LinkedIn posts per week that I post. Then it's also commenting on other people's posts. It's replying to comments, of course. That's just general best practice. And then it's tracking the signals. So everyone who engages in my content or my profile, we track those profiles using a tool like in the past Teamfluence, now Gojiberry, and then it gives me a running lead list of warm leads that I can then reach out to through appointment setting, which is then the next step. Appointment setting, you want to have a setter in your DMs that reaches out to people, ideally warm leads, so people that interacted with your content and your profile before. And then from there, also running thought leadership ads. So boosting my best organic LinkedIn posts, in my case study posts about clients we've worked with, and running that against the same ICP list we've defined initially. And that's the playbook that I've used to scale so far. And from there, the next step is to expand it to other team members, such as, for example, Selim Burcu, our head of partnerships, or Max Rathman, our head of product. So yeah, that's the lead magnet. Breaks this down in actual detail, almost like an SOP that you could take action on. If you're curious about it, comment down below or send me a DM on Instagram or LinkedIn and I'll send it to you. And really right now, the main priority for me is just to get the team aligned and keep the team focused. And I feel really good about the tone for the week so far. I'm going to review a proposal that Selim just prepped for a deal in our pipeline, and Max will give you an update.
I just finished my day's work and I think I spent about 4 hours today giving feedback on Notice OS, on the Done For You workspace to be exact, which is the operating system that our content strategists will be using in hopefully just 1 short week. And so now Lucas Stobe has 40 tickets in linear, all sorted by priority, and he can start working on them. So very productive. And please.
For the first hour,
So what did we publish today?
we published the B2B CMO playbook. Back in January, we did this. It was our best performing lead magnet by far for the start of the year. I think it, like hindsight, it got like 1.1 thousand comments. And January was also our biggest month in terms of booked calls. I think it was 60.
And now, what's the post today?
The post today is pretty much the exact same. What we did last time is just instead of for 2026, we just go for Q2 because Q2 is approaching. Other than that, is the exact same, and we just added the bonus on the content call process. And the strategy behind this for anyone watching, it's quite simple, right? We get their attention with Marvin's expertise, which is correct, right? He has spent 7 years building 200 LinkedIn content engines, and the result is a 27-page Google Doc playbook. Because if you look at the playbook and the document, this was built all on Marvin's experience over the last 7 years, and on the people around him as well, whether that's me, Max, whoever it is. And then we don't want to make these posts too long. It just needs to get straight to the point. In our ideal case, we want to be talking to bigger companies. And we go with a title like CMO because, your average company is not going to have a CMO at a smaller stage. And from there, we continue with the proof, like in a sense, because it is the strategy that we use to generate, and we still use to an extent, to generate these amount of calls, these amount of impressions. And, Marvin built his company from the ground up, bootstrapped to 180K MRR, which is all factual. And then from there, it's just about what's inside, right? Because we want the person reading this to want the resource, and we list out the best things that are inside of there, which are all factual. We don't want to be lying to our audience. And a little life hack: always get the people to also connect with you, because first, you're less likely to get restricted by LinkedIn because you're just accepting connections. You can do it at your own pace, and you get more followers because when someone connects with you, they instantly start following you.
Joe. You going for a run?
I want to.
Happy Tuesday, my friends. I am wrapping up right now the setup review for big Swiss client. It's great. We set up a media strategy which broke down the baseline stats and an audit of the LinkedIn profile of the person brand that we're working with. It's their head of communication who we're branding on LinkedIn. So we start with just an audit and baseline performance metrics to have a clear starting point. And then we walk through how that compares to the benchmarks that we've measured throughout the years, and also from the Shield index that we use as an additional data source. And then from there we break down his backstory, the story of the company he works for and represents, and then analyze the competitive landscape, break down the target audience groups, the stakeholder groups that he wants to attract, and then present the Notice team, our responsibilities, and what he's responsible for in this process to set clear expectations. That's the first document. And then the second one is the content archetype, breaking down the content strategy, breaking down what content sources we'll use to actually produce content for him. So on the one hand, we'll do weekly content calls, but then there's also the internal magazines that they have, documentaries that they produce, a bunch of different sources that we can also use to create content for him. And then last but not least, the profile revamp, where we have a Google Doc in his case, where we break down all the profile sections of his LinkedIn profile, new designs, new slogans, new bio, everything to make sure that it's on point and fits his positioning and objective. Because in his case, he's not trying to get any leads. He's trying to be smart about becoming a communication channel for a very big and renowned brand in Switzerland. So it's about balancing, staying humble with being clear in the communication and still reaching a lot of people. So that's that, wrapping it up. Stacked day, but feeling good. Barry, you just had a call with a client of ours and Max Dixon.
Yeah, I had a call with from. They were having some issues with their ad account. First, we couldn't get access to their ad account at all. So just helping Max Dixon with the technical side of troubleshooting the problem. Found the workaround, so Richard's happy, Max Dixon's happy. And from there, Max asked me to help him because they're running ads themselves. They don't want to send us up to run the ads, but they would like our perspective on their setup. And I can already see, thankfully to Impactable, I've learned a lot about ads already. So I can already see a lot of holes in their system and how they're burning money. So once we fix that, I think we'll be even happier as a client. So happy to work on that. It's not an urgent task per se, so it's not going to distract me from my priorities, but it will be a side quest for me to help Max Dixon with this.
I would love to. We're in Lisbon. Got a villa here with. What about you? Looks like a proper setup. My friends, turned out to be a rough afternoon and evening. Caught some sort of flu light fever. I napped all afternoon, cancelled the rest of my meetings after the sales call. Slept till fucking 9:30 a.m. Feeling better already, so I think the worst is behind us. Waking up to a beautiful sunny day. And Vic Chick.
Guess what I'm currently using? I'm about to write a LinkedIn post. And I need some help with that.
Notice OS.
Yeah.
That's the answer to all the questions, to all the problems. What a setup. Hydrating, some coffee. Did some housekeeping on the phone. We'll continue doing that, and then hopefully I can knock out some long overdue proper work. So far only, I think, one meeting scheduled in the calendar. Client feedback call, so probably gonna join it still. That's it. Cancel morning run, lunch meeting. Just here, catch up on work and get some. Had a slow but good day today. We have another vlog review. Every week we're posting at least one, if not two vlogs. And it's been a lot of fun, good feedback. Decent stats as well. We crossed 10,000 subs, as you already know. Last two videos both hit 2,000 views plus. Very fast, which is awesome to see. Now we were entering the Lisbon arc with the content timeline. We're catching up, 10.2k subs. It's fun, it's good. Keeping it moving. Same for LinkedIn, same for Instagram. Let's make sure we say goodnight to Max too. He's been locked in his cave recently. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good.
Just you and your best friend?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Claudia.
Is this what most of your day looks like these days?
Yeah.
You enjoying it?
Yeah.
Yeah? What are you going deep on right now?
I mean, for one, I went deep on hooks. Again, LinkedIn hooks. You have no idea how deep you can go on LinkedIn hooks. And picking them apart. I've made a canonical hook doc. Canonical is like a single source of truth.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's the one doc that contains everything that we know about hooks in this case. I've made that twice, and this is like the third version of it. And it's the most specific. Like, it's so fucking detailed. It's the most specific. Like, I can give you a look. I can give you a... This is just the document.
That breaks down the science of a good hook on LinkedIn.
Correct. With examples, like example hooks picked apart, component for component, what the different ingredients are, why each work, how they support each other, the general purpose of a hook, and then going more into detail step by step. So that's what I spent some time today going back and forth with Claude and Notice OS to like actually write content and then see, okay, does this change in the prompt actually improve the content piece? Then take the entire conversation I had, the entire draft, the entire transcript that I used, and feed it back into Claude Code, analyze it with me, see what changes worked, what didn't, and then iterate again, write the next post, and again and again.
Bro,
And
that's
very
the sauce they can't
time-consuming.
replicate.
It's very time consuming, but on the one hand, it just helps me create a better prompt. And secondly, my hope is that we can use this, since this is all stored. This is not just like lost in one conversation. It's in Claude Code. It's stored in a repo. And so all of these like pairs of like transcript and final post and like prompt that was used in conversation that was had with the AI to get to that final output. My hope is that we can use those, if we have a lot of those, as like pairs to fine tune an LLM, because that's how it learns, right? It's just like a lot of examples to see the difference. Like, how was this transcript turned into the final post? That's the whole idea.
Respect.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night, buddy.
So, decent morning. Main topic for this morning was we had a playbook alignment meeting with team members from fulfillment, team members from sales, product, and yours truly, with the main goal of just bringing more clarity into what outcome we actually deliver to our clients and what the playbook is that we implement for them or help them implement once they start working with us. Because historically, and also right now, one of our challenges as an agency, as a company, is that different clients have different goals, sometimes different deliverables, different North Star metrics, which creates unnecessary complexity in fulfillment and trickles down to every area of the company. So now that we have our Done For You service and our Done With You that we've been rolling out to the first about 10 customers now, we need to be clear about what we're actually doing for these people, and the way we're approaching it is by starting with the playbook as it relates to our ICP and their desired outcome. And so it is define your goals, define your ICP, create a list, revamp your LinkedIn profile, post 3 times per week. Those are kind of like the evergreen steps of the entire playbook. I just touched on a few of them. We broke them into 5 phases, and we need to be very clear about that. We have it on the Miro board and in the Google Doc. And then we show the 2 tracks of how we help the clients execute on the playbook and reach the desired outcome, either on the done for you track and the done with you track. So you can imagine it like this, where phase 1 is define ICP, or like a step within phase 1 is define your ICP. On the done for you side, it might be content strategist from Notus takes the onboarding questionnaire, goes through these and these sources, and then creates a lead list in the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, then connect with that ICP through LinkedIn connection requests. On the done with you side, that might then look differently, where it says client receives SOP on how to set up Sales Navigator. So Notus delivers the SOP, checks in through follow-ups, and makes sure the homework has been completed in the next coaching call. Client executes on these steps. On the done for you side, as I mentioned, Notus executes on these steps and client gives feedback. So this is how we're just updating and clarifying what we actually do, because we have clients that just care about visibility and building their personal brand. They're willing to invest into that. And then we have others that really just want to generate pipeline. That's been the main theme for this morning. Now, quick in-between walk before I get lunch with Phil, who's the guy that owns the villa that we are staying in, just to connect, have a little lunch, and then get back to the villa and continue working. Okay. So we're mostly stuck at the villa. That's the perfect first step.
Rua Nascimento Silva 107, você ensinando pra Elisete as canções de canção do amor de mar. Lembra que tempo feliz, ah, que saudade, Ipanema era só felicidade, era como se o amor doesse em paz.
And what is your name?
Victoire.
Victoire.
Catalan.
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 And so how long have you been doing this for?
Painting?
Yes.
Well, all my life, but I began to expose since 25 years.
So you did these?
I did this. For this one, they wanted something else, which is very witness of all the nature around. Mm-hmm. So I went for a walk to see and to introduce the la pinède, that we call the type of trees here, and with the sea in the back, on the background. Like every commission, it's a bit of a challenge, but it's very interesting because it makes me go more far in my work. And these ones were something very minimalist. It's only white pigments. It's about trees, but it's so minimalist that it looks like abstraction, but it's really inspired from water and trees.
Do you usually do custom work? Or
What is
both?
custom?
Custom, so you come here, you analyze the area,
Alors,
and you do it for this specifically?
Alors, when I have commissions,
Yeah.
I ask if you want something special. Sometimes I say, no, you do what you want. Sometimes they are very precise. Sometimes they want to follow the commission, which is like the drawing before and the choice of colors. And sometimes they say, no, we don't want to know anything. They didn't see anything, so this is a surprise today.
Oh, they haven't seen what you did now?
Didn't see anything.
And what was the exercise? Did they also tell you just get inspired and
I
find
went
something new?
with Fanny to have a walk with her dog. And I took some pictures, I did some drawings, and after she said, now you do what you want.
Nice. All right. Then we need to see the unraveling.
Choro quando não estás, choro quando tu estás mal, tu estás
So, what is your description of your work of art?
Well,
Can you give us an introduction to this
Yes.
piece?
It corresponds to the people who asked me to do this painting, to the place where they live, to the spirit of this family, which is a mix of deep feelings and happiness. Here is you can be in the forest of these special trees, and at the same time you are near the ocean. So for me, the challenge was that you feel this very deep landscape, and in the same time to feel in the forest. So there is a lot of contrast. The sky was like a challenge because I wanted to be light and very léger because it's plenty. You know, so I finished the sky.
Sky is beautiful.
Beautiful. I have a sales call in 1 minute, so I'm going to give you an applause. A pleasure. Thank you for the introduction.
Thank you.
So, I mean, I guess then what will be the continuation of the Lean Startup? Happy 16th of March. Happy Max Radman Day.
Hey vlog.
Happy birthday, King.
Thank you, brother. 16th of March.
Turn 16.
Best day of the year. Turned happy sweet 16. 25 today. Quarter of a century. Feels good. Just another Monday. Only that I'm a year older than I was last year. And we're having sushi for lunch.
Celebrate Max. Sometimes when we have tense moments, it's like stops. So
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear man. Happy birthday to you.
and many, many more.
Thank you guys. That's super nice of you.
That's perfect for Max's diet.
Is this my dinner?
Where
are you? When are you?
It's not
Need to cut this out.
this one up for us?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the only meal I want to have after.
It's wartime, you guys. Started the week with 2 clients churning and MRR dipping a bit, which is not nice. Never nice. Odd part of the game. Uncomfortable. But also a reminder to keep on focusing on what really matters, which is to book meetings with qualified people, close deals, and deliver an amazing service. This is why right now we're just super focused on making sure we book appointments through LinkedIn DMs, publish more content, more of what it has been working. Because to be honest, January we crushed it. Content was flying on LinkedIn, booked a ton of meetings, and then we started adding new things to the marketing pipeline. New initiatives, new ideas, new tools, more noise. And we actually slept on what was actually working for us. We reduced how many times we were posted because out didn't give reviews on time. The team didn't get posts ready on time. We didn't send enough DMs, didn't book enough meetings, have some churn, and boom, MRR is down instead of up. At the same time, fulfillment is just obsessed with talking to customers, doing user interviews, understanding why people actually want to work with us, what they're willing to pay for, and how we can deliver those outcomes to them. What's the North Star metric, and how do we hit it for the right clients? So that's my responsibility now, to make sure we stay on track, to make sure we get revenue up, to make sure the team is focused, working on the right things. Selim working the CRM, sending follow-ups, reactivating old contacts, getting his calendar fuller because it's not full enough. Exciting, scary, fun, but nobody said it's gonna be easy in it. So I've just been grinding through content for the past 2 hours now. More to go. Yeah, von the settings and so.
So, klick.
Cool, very nice. Excited for this. Dir auch, mein Lieber. Bis bald, bye bye. Remember the big pitch we were doing for this corporate to become their exclusive vendor? Just got the call that we want it kick off in April. Let's go. So what is this initial project. It's a 2-year exclusive contract through us. It's called Rahmenvertragspartner for a very big German corporation. We're going to work now with one of their portfolio companies, but we're also the main contract partner, Rahmenvertragspartner of the entire group. What they hired us for, what we're going to do for them is we're going to manage 2 of their co-founders' personal brands on LinkedIn. So we're going to do a LinkedIn account takeover, done for you personal branding with content call each, content writing each, community management each, and then also get some content out on the company page just to make sure the visibility, or more so the look of the company page is good, it looks alive, but really the traction happens on the personal profiles. And then we're also going to help them implement the sales process by helping them do lead tracking, connect with their ICP, and educate their sales team on how to start proper conversations through the DMs. And they also get 2 initial licenses to use NoticeOS in case they want to produce content themselves on top of what they're outsourcing to us. And from there, let's see where we go. Digga, what a sales call. To be honest, just exciting project too, though, no? Like, this is the dream client.
Yeah.
Amazing track record, relevant industry, bought into the thesis, cool guy, budget is there. Oh yeah, great call. Already kind of a verbal, more or less a verbal commitment. Now we have our weekly Done With You check-in to go over our Done With You client projects. And then I'm gonna get a demo for his software, and then we're gonna go to the gym. And then we're gonna close loops after the gym. Kannst du Kontext switchen, oder?
Bitches kann ich meinen Namen aussprechen und denken, ich hätte irgendwas für die übrig. Sei nicht sauer, kriegst du keine Antwort, wie du dich aufregst, irgendwie niedlich. Nein, ich schreib mich zurück auf deinen Text, weil das ist bei mir leider so üblich. Trotzdem fick ich dich auf meiner Couch.